Zeros in significant figures. It is very common to see zeros written in a number. The question is whether or not the zeros count as significant figures. In other words, are the zeros one of the decimal places that give you information about the precision of the number? First, let's be clear about where zeros might occur. There are three different cases to consider. Zeros found in the middle of a bunch of non-zero decimal places are always considered significant. They are part of the information. Leading zeros are those that come in front of or are in higher value decimal places than any of the non-zero numbers. These zeros are never significant. Although they do give you information about the magnitude of the number, they don't tell you anything about the precision. Trailing zeros are ones that come after or are in smaller value decimal places than any of the non-zero numbers. These may or may not be significant depending on the situation. In this particular case, when the number includes the decimal point, they would be considered significant. So this number has 8 significant figures. But when might trailing zeros not be significant? For numbers greater than 0, the answer is, unfortunately, ambiguous. You can't tell just by looking if this number is precise to 3 significant figures, 4 significant figures, or maybe even 5 significant figures. Sometimes, as with these examples, numbers are given with a plus or minus uncertainty, just to make it clear to the reader how precise the number actually is. If a number does include a decimal point, that typically signifies that all the places down to the ones place are significant. And if there is a 0 to the right of the decimal, that would be significant too. One sure way to avoid ambiguity with trailing zeros is to write a number in scientific notation. In that case, all trailing zeros are significant. One good example of a number that you will encounter that might show some trailing significant zeros is the speed of light. Given exactly, the speed of light is 299,792,458 meters per second, which you could write in scientific notation to 9 significant figures. Or, rounded to 3 significant figures, is 3.00 times 10 to the 8th meters per second. Note the 2 trailing significant zeros. The speed of light to 3 significant figures is generally good enough for all but the most precise calculations.